We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Wesley. Wesley's Denon AVR-X4200W is dead. He was listening to music, and all was well when suddenly, no more sound from the left and right speakers, only a minuscule bit of sound from the sub. He shut it off, waited a while, and turned it back on. He turned it back on. It stayed on for about 2 seconds, then shut itself off with a blinking standby light, the only remaining sign of life. No error message was ever shown, either on the TV screen or on the receiver display. He unplugged it a number of times, one time for 5 hours, another time for 2 days. Every time he plugs it in, it turns on exactly the exact same. It turns on at the exact settings from which it was first shut off, and in 2 seconds, it shuts off again. He checked all the speaker connections for any loose or stray strands of wire, but all seems fine. Is it worth trying to get it repaired? Dude, is this not a short? I don't know what it is. It totally sounds like a short to me. This is exactly how this sounds. Now, I am not going to believe that this thing is 100% broken until you unplug everything.
Right. Everything except for the power cord.
And if it still does it, you're going to have to replace the power cord before I believe it, for sure. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the short could be anywhere.
This could be a processor fault. That happens. Okay, I mean, it's just like, you know, when you turn on your computer and it won't post, you know, which means the RAM, usually that means the RAM has become dislodged inside, or you have a processor fault, right? So it could be that. These are computers inside. It could happen. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I think it's worth trying to get it repaired, especially if Scott Wilkinson's news turns out to be true and the X4200 actually is going to get a Dolby Vision update. Then you're pretty much feature parity with even the newest stuff. So I think it's worth, you know, I agree with Tom. Unplug everything and see if you can just get it to power up at all. If that's still not working, absolutely get in touch with Den and get it repaired.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, we always say speaker wire connections because that's where they normally
that's the
lie.
most common. Yeah.
But, you know, somebody vacuumed over a cable and you've got a problem. Somebody pulled on the cable and it bent the terminal, so that it's, you know, just getting close enough to touch. That could happen there too. There's lots of things that can make this happen. So until you've unplugged everything, I'm not going to believe it's completely 100% broken. So he asks if it's not repairable, which receivers do we recommend? Maybe a Denon AVR-X4300W, Marantz SR5011, or Marantz SR6011. His setup is only 5.1, and since he's in a small 11 by 12 foot room, it will probably stay that way, so 5.1. I don't think you need to go all the way to the 4300.
Not if you're doing 5.1.
I mean, 5.1, I mean, the 4300, it's got, what, 9 amps in it?
9 amps, right? And can process 11 speakers if you want to.
You should be able to go, what, 33 or 23 even, maybe? What's the best Odyssey?
33. The X3300W, which is $550 from Accessories for Less right now. 7 amps built in, so more than you actually need, and multi-EQ XT32 with sub-EQ HT, whereas the 2300 bumps you down to multi-EQ XT.
Yeah.
So I would point you for this setup, if 5.1 is where you're stopping, I'd point you to the X3300W for sure. That's by far the best value.
Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.